Hi everyone, so today we're looking at an extension to the last video on making the little wreaths and things. We're looking at a very simple door, and then to take it on a bit further so you can adapt it to any door that you want. Okay, so this one is rather a flat door, although we've got the raised panels, so we're going to make an added twist to that. So I am using a DL card. Okay, as usual, all the imperial measurements will be up in the top corner, and this is a rough guide of centimeters that you have to cut. So I've gone ahead and cut those, and I need a piece that is 20 by 9.5. So the door is 20 by 9.5, and it gives you a little white edge just to show off your door. So that's going on there. We're not sticking it on yet, we're working with it flat. Okay, so on this side of the door you can adjust it. I want to put a brad for the door handle. Now I want to measure down halfway, so that is 10 centimeters. So I'm going to put a little mark there, and I'm doing not a dot but a little straight line across. Okay. Okay, there is my brad, and it has flat feet that we need to pull out behind there. So I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to cut a little slit. That's all we need, and I'm going to press that through so that the little feet on here are going up and down. Apologies for the paint. There we go. Right, so we've got that in place now. I know exactly where to put the rest of the decoration. Now I've cut myself 4 panels. There we go. And the 4 panels are 7.5 by 3.5. So that's the outer panels. The inner panels, just to give it a bit of dimension, is 6.5 by 2.5. So that's those there. Now, instead of putting them on flat like we did here, we're going to put them so they've got a little raised bit all the way round. Now, there's a simple way of achieving that. So let's bring in our scoreboard. Just move these to the side. Now, I've picked up a piece of scrap card. Doesn't matter what size or what colour or anything. So I'm going to put double-sided tape down there and remove it. This will be a temporary fix. Now I have lines on my scoreboard to give me sort of lines where I can aim when I'm doing diamonds and things like that. Now I'm going to place this on the side of one of those lines. So any mark on your scoreboard, just place this, and it gives me a little lip after the score line. It'll become clear in a minute. And I'm going to bring in my panels, take my score tool, and I'm going to butt it up against my scrap card, and then I'm going to score down. Now I can turn it, and every score that I do will be exactly the same distance from the outside. Okay, let's try and bring that up And if I try and turn it to catch the light, you can see I've got a beautiful line all the way round. So let's bring in one of the smaller panels, place that up against it. Right. So there is my next panel, and if I put that onto there, right, let me try and bring it up to the camera. You can see I've got a beautiful panel. So I'm going to go ahead and do all 4 panels and 4 inner panels, and then we'll be back to look at how to fix it to the card. Okay, so I've completed all my panels, and I've left one here because I want to show you an extra trick. If you take a coloured pen with a fairly broad end, let's go to this end, same colour, where you get this white edge all the way along, I'm now going to just run this pen along here. It doesn't matter whether it's alcohol, watercolour, anything that you've got that will match your front colour. Doesn't matter if it goes on the back. If you're holding the back towards you, if you do skid off, it's not going to go on the front of your card. Okay, so there we go. All of those now I've done the edges. So I'm going to take this. If you're going to do sticky fixers, then do keep it very low, just 1mm, 1/8 of an inch. And what I'm doing is placing those in the centre of my panels. I'm doing this so I can carry on working with them, but if you're afraid of lining it up properly, do use wet glue and just leave it to dry. So 1 panel, 2 panels, they do really look impressive. Three panels. And 4 panels. Now there's no white showing on the outside of these. So I can now bring in my base card, and now we've got the brad in place, I can now add my main adhesive. Now, I'm going to take these corners and I'm just folding them back at right angles. It's a large piece to be placing on your card, so if I do this, all the glue that I'm exposing is just on 2 corners. So if I flick it over now, I can place my card onto there, test place it, I think I'm going to come down a little bit more. Place that. When I'm ready to commit to sticking it on, I can just simply pull away the excess and my card is fitted exactly where I wanted it to. Okay, now we're going to have a look at our panels, and I'm going to put a couple of pieces down. Now I need to know where I'm going to put my panels, so the easiest way is to cut. Let's get a different colour, and I'm going to cut a small panel and I'm going to chop one, two. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on there. I'm going to set this at right angles to there. Now if I place that onto there, I can take my panel. Now that's going to come over too far, so I'm going to adjust that. Make one that suits your door. Turn it. That one's going, yes, that's much better. Fix it into there. Keep your magic ruler. Turn it round onto there. Let's prepare these. Place one there. And I'm going to take that one there, and I know I can butt straight up into that corner, turn it round onto there. There. Now let's bring that up there, and you can see we've got a beautiful door. All the panels beautifully positioned, and this extra inner panel is giving a lot of dimension. So all we need to do now is a letterbox on there. So if we bring in the letterbox, it's 4.5 by 1. Let's bring that in. So I'm going to cut awkward holding on to 1 centimetre, so I'm going to do a 5, move it over and do a 4. Now that has given me my 1 centimetre, but I did have something to hold on to. So I'm going to turn it round, and we want 4.5. Right. Let's go back to the scoreboard, and we've still got our magic piece on here. Go up against that, and I'm coming round with my edge again, exactly the same as we did on the doors. So let's have a look if I can get near the camera. I've got a beautiful surround now all round my letterbox, and this one I am going to put on sticky fixers. So if I take a couple couple of these very narrow ones. They will go right in the middle of my letterbox. Trim off. And then just by eye, level with my doorknob. I'm just going to centre that on there. Look what beautiful door we have. Now I can add numbers to my door over here. I can add a Christmas wreath, which we looked at last week. I've even added a little charm that I found that I thought looked like a door knocker. So we've got a number on there. So you can see that you can make any sort of door that you want to by purely cutting the panels, embossing them. Beautiful. But what if your door has a glass panel? Let's have a look at this one. Let me turn that over so you can see onto there. Right, what I've done with this one is I have embossed the frame on here with two parts. Okay, it's 1/2 centimetre apart, and I've added a piece of acetate behind, and I've done permanent marker. You can use black peel-offs, gold peel-offs, whatever. And it also has matching panel at the bottom, because you might get glass panels both sides, but I wanted to show you one, you can put two panels in, but also you can use this to make another panel. So let's have a look what I did with that. Okay. I'm going to make this one a green door, and I do like the gloss finish because obviously a lot of doors you get a lovely gloss finish to the paint. Okay. So same measurements, so 20 by 9.5, and let's turn it over and see what I've done. What I've done is I've done 1.5 centimetres in and marked all of the outside pieces. Okay, now it's important that you go top to bottom, side to side. So I want to make now a 1/2 centimetre inside each one of these. So I only need to do the top one, and my ruler has a grid with 1/2 centimetres. So what I want to do is draw my 1/2 centimetre all the way round. I'm going right edge to edge. Right, all this will be covered up so you don't have to worry about your lines. Oops, oh, I needed one up there. There we go. Right, in comes my scoreboard, and for the moment I can take that off. Okay, hasn't damaged the scoreboard. Now I'm going to line up, first of all, my outer lines, so this black one, and I only want to score where the lines cross. Okay, so where they cross there, I'm coming down to where they cross there. Starting again here where they cross, come down and stop where the black lines cross. Okay, turn it round, line up these top and bottom, start where the black lines cross, come down and stop, start there and come down, turn it round, line up my black lines, where they cross, go from the black cross to the black cross. From the black cross to the black cross, and from the black cross to the black cross. Now let me bring that up and you can see I've got perfect squares, all right, top and bottom. This is going to be my glass panel, this will be my solid panel. Okay. Right, let's have a look what I want here, because I want another, should be that way up, I want another internal square. So I'm lining up the red this time, and I want to go from the red cross to the red cross. So go down, line it up, red cross to red cross, line up the red ones, red cross to red cross, right. Now if I bring that up, you can see I've got an inner square marked. Okay, so you turn that over and looks all right. I'm going to go from the front and I'm going to freehand cut along the edge. Now I want to save the bit that comes out, so I do recommend that you practice with your knife. Check there. So now I've got my glass panel that's going to come out. Okay, so the nice bit now is we take this, we come back to our scoreboard, we can stick this back in place, and I'm going to score around this. It really is lovely to go around and find pictures of different doors and see if you can challenge yourself to actually make one. So right, now before I put that on, let's go back, and this is my brush one, and I'm going to brush the edges. I'll turn it round from the back, and then if I go off at all, it's not going to damage the front of the card. See, that one just slipped off. Right, so there is that one, and I'm going to just by eye place that in the middle. Okay, now next thing I want to do is on this cut edge, take my matching pen, and I just want to go and take that white edge off. See, if it's on the back, it doesn't matter if you skew one way or the other, because the front is intact. So let's go on there. Next we want to look at our little knob. So again, this time I'm just eyeballing it. Make my little slit there. Come back and we're going to slide it in so the legs are going up and down. Turn it over and give it an extra press, and that settles the brad in place. Okay, so what are we going to do with this? Now, I actually wanted to have a go at doing a stained glass window. So I printed off some things that were different sizes, and I think I'm going to go for that one. So I'm going to just roughly mark round, and I'm going to cut that out just inside there because I don't want it interfering with the outside of my door. And I'm going to go top and bottom. I'm going to put, see if I can put a piece of white behind there so you can see it stand out better, because now I'm going to take this and settle that over there, and look, we have now a stained glass window. The bit that we took out from there has gone down here to add a decorative effect. Okay, so all I need to do now is to mount this on the card, and I think we're going to put some numbers onto, oh, we have put a letterbox. Okay, we'd better have a letterbox. So same, I wonder if that one is just scrap is big enough. Yes, that would do. So all of your measurements you can adjust. So place that up against there. So if you want a small letterbox, that's fine. Use up your scraps. That back it slipped off a little bit. And what if your letterbox is down the bottom? Okay, you could have a letterbox that is down the bottom here, but I've got a lovely space here. I'm going to put those in there. There's my letterbox. There, so that's my letterbox, and if I bring back one of these cards here, I can just show you that on the front of the card. So a beautiful different way of doing your door, but there are so many thousands of different door designs. You can make it whatever you like. Okay, so have fun, look at your door, make a sketch, and then just adjust your sizing. But do remember, when you're wanting to do a square in the middle or a rectangle, do your lines top to bottom, and then only where they cross do you emboss from cross to cross. Right? We will be looking at how you do this on a card in a future video, to make your own apertures and beautiful embossed designs, to make whatever you want, not what people tell you is a standard shape. Okay, so have fun, and do get all your bits out and play at making your doors. God bless you all.